This is a problem you are currently facing right now. You are stuck in a life that you hate, and everybody is telling you should just be more grateful and you should just settle for where you are in life right now because you're smashing it, you're doing just amazing. But in your head, you know you are capable of so much more in all areas of life than where you are right now. You're currently earning less than 6 figures a year, which, trust me, makes living a good life very difficult with the way the world is set up these days, with all the tax in place, with inflation. It's very difficult. I even realized once I got to 10K a month that 10K a month is nowhere near enough if you want to live a life of complete freedom. You're stuck in the rat race, miserable, depressed, lacking confidence. You're in okay shape, but not great. You know you could be great. 14 to 25% body fat, relatively low muscle mass, zero consistency with energy and motivation. It comes in sprees, you get it one day and then it's gone. Every time you say that you're going to do something, you never follow through. And this is the exact reason you don't have the physique, you don't have the bank account, you don't have the lifestyle, and you don't have the women that you know you could have. And this is why you're pissed off with where you are in life right now, because you know you could have it, but you don't have it. And the issue is you simply lack direction. And this is exactly what we're going to fix in this video, understanding the exact process on how to achieve everything you want and make it actually happen in 2024. Now, you're probably thinking, if you don't already know me, who are you to talk about this? Well, I know exactly where you feel right now, and I've literally just hit every single thing you're feeling because this was me just years back. I was that skinny fat guy, had nothing going at all. I was the last guy anyone around me would have thought to have become successful and build himself up into somebody who is capable of doing whatever the fuck he wants, right? Now, I'll show you, I am literally living my dream life. I am literally here in a villa in Bali. I'm based in Dubai, also got a villa in Bali. Here, pool behind me. I'm literally living my dream life. I've got an elite network of lads around me, fucking elite level women around me, scaling an unbelievable business which fulfills me, and working on my physique every single day. And there is no better feeling than this. So in this video, we're going to cover every single step that you need to take to actually make it happen and get away from your current scenario with all these problems that you're facing right now, the problems I faced before, and these are the exact steps that I took to get where I am now in just a couple of years. And if you honestly can't watch this video until the very end, good luck making it happen if your attention span is that short, right? Trust me, this will completely change the game for you. And if you do this, 2024 will be your year, because probably in January, maybe the last few days of December, you were like, you know what, 2024, I've got a feeling 2024 is going to be my year. And now we're in April at the time of filming this video, and you still not got that much closer to making it happen. So I am jumping in right now. You have the time with the right process, guys. When you've got the blueprint, when you've got the systems, the framework, you can make it happen even if it hasn't all gone your way so far. So we're going to get stuck straight into it. Number one is obviously just understanding where you are right now. Too many people are just lost. They're in just blasé land. They just think it's normal to be in this situation. It's not normal, right? So understand this situation isn't where you're supposed to be, and get very clear on this and why you don't want to be there. Step 2, we need to set some very clear goals. If we want to achieve something big, we've got to start pulling back on all these limiting beliefs, lads. Actually think about, where do you actually want to be if you were to remove limiting beliefs? So beliefs that society has put on you, so beliefs that your parents may have said is possible, beliefs on what your friends think is possible, beliefs on what people around you in your town or village think is possible. If you could actually just click your fingers and have anything that you would truly actually just love, not what you think you can do, but what you would love to have, these are the goals you need to be setting. You've got to wipe away all of this negative programming which has been put on you. So just think about, what life would you honestly live if you are 100% true to yourself? Because if you do not follow this path, you will be unfulfilled, having negative conversation in your head every single day until the day you decide to make it happen, when that pain gets even bigger because you've wasted even more time and watched more people kill it whilst you stayed in the same position. And this was the exact thing I had to do for me to change. I was like, if I'm actually 100% true, I need to change because I don't want to be here. And it was very unfulfilling knowing that I weren't moving at pace every single day. So just deep it. What physique would you have? How much muscle mass would you have? Would you want to be big? Do you want to be built like an athlete? Me personally, I want to be like an athlete. I want to have really good aesthetics, really good proportions. I want to have a solid level of muscle mass. I always want it to be like 100, 105 kg, 8% body fat, look like a machine, could also do sprints, could also go on a run, could also do a high rocks. I want to just be an absolute machine in all areas and boxing and everything like that. But this is going to be unique for everybody. I'm not here to say there is one right and one wrong. No, this is specific to what is true to yourself, but without the limiting beliefs, not what you think you can do. Not what you have achieved so far, so you think you might be able to achieve again, right? What career would you pursue? You may already be in it, you might not be. I won't, that's what I know for sure. What would your bank account look like, and what would you like to help people with? And this is where people go wrong when it comes to career and money. They think about money as a bad thing. They've been brought up and they say money's a bad thing. Money is helping people. Money is just an exchange of value, something you have acquired value in, and you exchange that value to help somebody else in exchange for money. This could be a physical job. You may love building unbelievable properties and you've got a construction business and now you're helping someone else build their dream home. You are helping people with something you are valuable at. It may be like my business, personal development, physique building, business coaching. I'm very good at this. I'm always working on this. I can help other people do this. It may be drop shipping and you're really good at teaching people drop. It could be anything in the world, but what career would you actually like to be in? And how much money would you have in your bank account? Don't go off what people tell you is normal, okay? How would you live? What country would you live in? What city would you live in? What would your house look like? How would you travel? Questions you need to ask yourself and be truthful with right now. It was only a few years back, I was living in my parents' house, hating life, in a job, in engineering, in the rain in the UK. Yes, I am grateful that I was in the UK, but where I were, I couldn't be grateful for because I knew I could be capable of more. And this is how you're feeling right now. Yes, it's great to be in the UK or America or in Australia, wherever you're watching this video around the world. But you could be more, but where would you actually like to be? Because if you can actually just create your own freedom. So I decided, I wrote down, I would love to have a property in Dubai and I would love to have a property in Bali. And like I said, look at where we are right now in Bali at my villa. Next week, I'm heading back to my apartment in Dubai. Why? Because I decided that's how I want to live. I had a picture of this exact villa on my vision board and my apartment in Dubai on my vision board because I decided that's the place I would want to live in. So I made it happen using these frameworks we're going to run through. How would you travel? I would travel business class. I don't want to travel in a shitty seat crammed in the corner next to some fat, smelly fucker, right? That's not me being nasty. That's just not how I want to travel, right? And I shouldn't have to travel like that if I earn it, if I earn the rights and I become the guy who can do that. What people would you have in your inner circle? What network of men would you have around you? What class of women would you spend your time with? And when it comes to what network of men you want around you, you want to be around other like-minded men who are on the same mission as you. It's not that they all have to be multimillionaires and you're not, or they all have to be absolutely jacked and you're not, but you at least want to be on the same path. So out in Bali, I've got a good group of lads around me who are all elite level men. They all train like machines every day, all in sick shape, ton of muscle, built like athletes, low body fat, all killing it in whatever businesses they're doing, whether they're in software, whether they're in coaching, whether they're in drop shipping, whether they're in marketing, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But an elite network of men, of like brotherhood, is what you need around you, and you can't get that without creating yourself. What class of women do you want to spend your time with? Well, guess what? I'm not sure if you're aware of it, I'm originally from a town in the UK called Huddersfield. And funnily enough, guys, I didn't want women from fucking Huddersfield, right? No offense to women from Huddersfield. I knew from the very start, I don't want to be spending my time with women from Huddersfield. I want to be spending my time with women from around the world, from Spain, from Sweden, from Denmark, girls out in Bali, you know, from France, from Australia, from America, from Dubai. I want to be around the most elite level women. They're who I want around me. I had to optimize for that, right? You have to optimize for everything you want. So what a lot of people do, where they get very frustrated, is they think about, okay, but I don't know actually how to achieve the goals. And we want to flip this frame around. What we need to start doing is stop thinking about how to achieve the goal and start thinking about who you need to become. What person, what version of you would have this lifestyle that you want? What person would have the physique, the career, the life, the house, the city, the country, the lifestyle freedom, the women, the network of men? What version of you do you need to become to have that? That's what I had to do. The version of me years ago weren't capable of this life I live right now. Otherwise, I would have had this life back then. Only the version of me right now is capable of this, because I've become him. I've created him. I weren't always this guy. My next goals, I'm in pursuit of becoming the next version of myself to level up the next lifestyle, the next levels with the career, with the business, with the physique, with the mindset. I'm always becoming the next version of myself because I've got goal contingency. Now, when it comes to who you need to become, you need a really clear picture. You want to visualize exactly what he looks like. You almost want to be able to sketch him out. I literally back in the day voice noted, and I have recordings from years ago and like sketches of exactly who I want to be, the physique I have, the proportions I have, where I want the muscle tissue, the life I live, the house I want to live in, all of it, the women I want, the access. Do I want to be someone that fucking walks around a shopping mall and asks a girl for the number? Or do I want to be someone that just goes out and gets inbounded with fucking girls in a fucking, bar, nice bar, or open my Instagram and there's 20 DMs in the morning from elite level women and lads who want to network with me or approach me whilst I'm out and they're like, mate, you look fucking sick, you're killing it, we should spend time together. That's how you create it, by becoming the guy that would pull it in. You can't go out and get it. You've got to attract everything you want by just becoming the vehicle. So think about it. This version of you that wants all these big goals, what time of the day, that's what you say day, what time of the day would you wake up to get all this shit done? How organized and structured would you be? And we're actually going to talk about this in a little bit more depth in the video. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. How would you train? How often would you train? How intense would you train to build this physique, to build the vehicle that people look at and go, fuck, he looks sick? How would you eat? Would you be tracking your calories, your macros? Would you have someone prepare it for you? Would you be preparing it? Would it be whole food primarily? Would you be getting your protein intake in? Would it be high quality? Would it be organic? How would you be eating? How often would you be studying, leveling up, becoming more valuable? You can see how every single one of these is making you more valuable. That's how you level up, by acquiring value. How would you operate within your career? Are you going to be someone that's always late? Are you going to be someone that's always on time, someone that's punctual, someone that's articulate, someone that leads from the front? When I wanted to build and scale a business that has mass impact on thousands of lads across the world, I had to know how I would act running that business, operating that business, providing value in that business, so I could act like him years ago to now become the guy who's doing it. I couldn't just become the guy who has this business acting like a fucking dweeb like I would have done years ago, and then now start acting like it today. That is not how it works. I am now trying to operate, like I said, on a level for me in the future. How well would you manage pain and stress? So if a painful time comes up, a stressful time comes up, how well would you manage that? Also, when it comes to gratification, are you someone that needs short-term gratification? When something crops up and you get effectively a quick little tease from, the Domino's pizza that someone's delivered, and do you want a piece? Or, we're going to go out on the piss and get smashed tonight. Are you going to take the short-term pain and carry on grinding, carry on working on the physique, on your business, on your lifestyle? Or are you going to just go for some instant gratification? If something hard happens, are you going to let it beat you into the floor or use that as a rocket ship to fuel you up? And what do you do when the devil calls? And by that, what I mean is when that little voice in the back of your head is saying, just sleep in, man. Oh, it's only one day. Just sleep in, bro. Oh, don't worry about training today. Oh, it's just one day. We'll just let's just get some burgers in today. Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter if we don't do this with the clients in the business today. Oh, no, fuck it. It's only work. Let's just call in sick. What are you going to do when that devil calls? If you're someone that wants to call in sick and try and play the system, you're going to go fucking nowhere in life. From today onwards, lads, you must act in accordance with how the future you would act. When I realized this single trait, everything changed for me. Completely changed. 2 years ago, I was acting the guy I would need to be today to have all of this that I have today. The physique I have, the mindset I have, the lifestyle I have, the business I have, the impact I can have on other people. I had to become him years ago to actually stack up the bricks and acquire it. And for me to hit my goals in 2 years, I'm becoming him right now. You've got to raise your standards. Goals aren't enough at all. It's all good having these goals up here, lads, but if your standard for your goals is still down here, so I want to earn 10k a month, I want to have 8% body fat, but you still allow yourself to be the same as every fucker around you who's earning fucking $2,000 a month, who's fucking 16% body fat with not much muscle, well, guess what? Every time you get slightly ahead, you're going to pull back in. You're going to self-sabotage. You're going to procrastinate. You have to raise your standard to match your goal so that you will not stop the grind until you're at your goal. Anytime you're below your goal and standard, because they're together, you will feel like you can't procrastinate or self-sabotage because your standard's up there and you're down here. You've got to pull yourself up. You will always fall or rise to your standard. If your standard is below where you are, you'll fall to it. If your standard's way up there, you won't stop until you hit it. And your standards of how you operate must be elevated to the ones that would allow you to acquire your goals. So the daily routine. Okay, so it's not just, my standard is I have this house, I have this physique, I have this. Yes, be pissed off until you're not there and raise up to that bar. But at the same time, you have to have standards for the habits in order to get those goals. So if the habits are frequency of training, intensity of training, hitting the calories, hitting the macros, you have to show up and operate on those levels of daily standards in order to get it. Now, we're going to run through diary optimization, because what I've actually done is I built out a diary. So basically, this diary needs to reflect who you need to become. So don't think about how are you going to achieve these big scary goals. I want you to think about how can we make my diary reflect the guy I need to become, not how do I achieve the goals. So I'm actually just going to pull out of here. I've put together a little Google calendar for anyone that's working a 9 to 5. So this was me just years back. And this really shows, obviously everyone's diary is going to be slightly different, but effectively what it will do is it's going to show you exactly how you can go about and how much time you've got. So what we've done here is I've blocked out, here's a 9 to 5. Okay, so from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. or whatever hours you're working is blocked out for work. But if you want to achieve and make it happen, these big goals, your diary around that 9 to 5, which you can't right now just stop for the majority of you, the diary and the time around it has to be optimized around growth and becoming who you need to be, right? So, for example, we need to get our training in, we need to get our daily steps in, we need to have time to prepare our meals. Don't get me wrong, you could do this once a week, but I've actually done this as a worst case scenario, the slowest, least efficient way, which is prepare every day. There's time in there for study, there's time in there to work on your side hustle twice a day, 2 hours a day, there's time in there to relax. And you're probably right now, before you've watched this video, thinking, oh, it's hard for me, I've got a 9 to 5, I don't have the time, it's hard, I just can't do it. You've got so much fucking time. If you stop wasting time and just get clear, right? Now you know where you want to go. We know who we need to become. Let's make this diary reflect who you need to become. So there's the 9 to 5. I've put in time for commute, so none of you can say, oh yeah, well, I've got to drive half an hour to the gym. Guess what? I've put in half an hour to the gym, right? So you're going to wake up. This isn't a prox. It's not that everybody has to do these exact times because everyone's diary around work is going to be different. But if you really want to make it happen, this is how I would have set up my day if I was to start all over and come back through this process. And now, I guarantee you, if you're watching this video, your diary doesn't look anything like this right now. Otherwise, you'd be probably sat at the other end of this table right now having a conversation with me. Like, your diary will literally show you who you are. So, for example, 4:30 in the morning, you could wake up, do your morning routine, some affirmations, and then you could study. That could be reading a book, it could be watching a YouTube video, studying a course on, again, when it comes to study, how to level up your mindset, how to level up your physique, how to level up your nutrition, how to level up a niche within your career that you want to work on. Then you've got an hour to work on your new business, your side hustle. Like I said, this could be something, an online project. I'm a big fan of working online because you can actually have a much bigger impact on people. It's not that you have to, but you should be working on something that's outside your 9 to 5, which is something that actually brings you fulfillment in a passion that you actually enjoy. So already by 6:30, you've woken up, you've done a morning routine, you've studied, and you've done an hour on your business, and it's 6:30 in the morning. You could go way above this. I start at 3:30, and by 6:30 in the morning, I've done 3 hours of solid work, right? Here you could then commute to the gym, 15-minute drive to the gym, train. I've put, again, 75 minutes. Most people will only need 45 to 60 minutes in the gym. And now it's 8:30 and you've done all of this. I guarantee you your morning right now is not looking this efficient and this growth focused. You then drive to work, get changed, maybe have a shower, you've got work 9 to 5. You then come home, you've got 5:30 till 6:30 where I would actually take a walk or do some cardio or expenditure, get out the house and just use this time to, one, level up the physique, but also from a mindset perspective. This is time to reflect, time to think, because when you're in work, guys, when you're in your 9 to 5, when you're working on your side hustle, you don't have the time to become creative on what you're trying to build. For me, when I'm like walking down the beach in the morning or back when I was in my 9 to 5, when I was walking around the village, when I was walking around the town, even out in the rain, this was where all my ideas came from. How am I doing? What's going well? What's not going so well? What can I do better? And just get inspired. You need this time for the physique, but for the business. Walking is the best thing you can do. It's literally a cheat code. Get a meal in the evening. I would then do another hour working on your side hustle. So every day midweek, you've got 2 hours working on your side hustle. You've done a walk, you've trained, and you've studied. And then you've got another hour, 8 till 9 p.m., where you can relax. And whilst relaxing and just dialing down, you could actually have another study video on, a course or a YouTube video on in the background that you're just, again, taking in more information. Now, what you're thinking is, but where's my time to scroll TikTok? Where's my time to fucking do all my stupid shit? There isn't, right? Your whole diary should reflect growth. There is no stupid entertainment related stuff in here. From the second you wake up till the second you go to bed, everything is optimized around becoming the guy you need to become who is capable of achieving these life goals, these physique goals, these career goals, these women, everything you fucking want, right? So this is how you've got to set up your day. You've got to sacrifice now and you will win big later. Or just don't sacrifice, press off this video, don't do anything I'm running you through, and just stay where you are forever. And you'll probably just have a lot of fun staying there, right? So I've even put on weekends. You may be thinking, what do I do on the weekends? I would keep the exact same morning routine. I would wake up at 4:30 every day. 5 till 6, I would now study. I would do 2.5 hours again on the side hustle. I would then commute to the gym, train, and by 10:15, I've done 3.5 hours of study and side hustle, and I've trained. And now you've got 10:15 till 9 p.m. to literally have and do whatever you want. That's your social time if you want to do your social time there. That's, again, in my case, I actually like to spend this working again the majority of the time and just take the occasional weeks where it may be something else. It may be you're working on a bit of a personal brand and you're creating some content or whatever, right? But this is your time to step back and relax. This time through the week and these mornings, you have to win every morning, and the time through the week has to be purely optimized for growth. Okay, so back into here. Now I'm going to run you through how I would set up a training program. So we're going to get into the specifics now. Okay, like we know who we need to become, but how are we going to become them? We've got the diary set up, but how are we going to even fine tune inside every single bit of the diary? So when it comes to training programs, I would run a 5-day split. I know on the diary I put 7 days a week in the gym. That's just so you can pick your days. On the 2 days I would say you don't train, you could still go to the gym and you could just do steps, you could do cardio, but I would just resistance train 5 times a week. Or you could not train on those days and just do an extra hour on the side hustle, okay? But 5 days of actual weight lifting, bodybuilding, hypertrophy, fitness, running, style training in the gym. And here's 4 examples of a 5-day training split. So push-pull legs, push-pull. Great for an upper body and density focus. If you wanted it to make it a little bit more lower focused or posterior focused, you could do a full body pull session on here. So it's like upper push, upper pull, full legs, upper push, and then you could do full body pull. So it's like hamstrings and back. So you've got like 1.5 leg sessions. Push, pull, legs, chest and back, and delts and arms. This is a ridiculously good session for blowing up that top line. It's actually, these 2 top blocks are the blocks I've run predominantly the majority of my fitness and my fitness and physique journey. Push, pull, legs, upper, lower, so a little bit more balanced now, 3 upper to 2 lower, and again, upper, lower, upper, lower, upper. Now, I could break them down, how to build them, and all of that stuff. We actually do every single bit of that inside the university. We teach you everything in there, but just for the sake of this, so you've got something you can go to work on right now without even jumping into the university, is you can literally go onto my Instagram, so you can grab your phone, you can go at Tom D. Pearson, and just DM me the word YouTube training plan. If you send me those words, I will literally send you a free training program over for one of these splits that you can just go and follow straight away. So there is no complaining. I literally just want you guys to fucking smash this. So pick one of these splits, send me a message, YouTube training plan, tell me which one you want, and I will fucking send you one for free. You can build out your own diary. I've pretty much given you the template and the structure of exactly what I would do. You've now got a free training plan so you can start building the physique. And I'm going to show you exactly now how to do everything with your nutrition to start building this asset, this vehicle on how to get where you want to go. So when it comes to nutrition, there's 4 phases that we'd really look at for taking you to that top level so you actually stand the fuck out and aren't a skinny fat little pleb, just like I were years ago. So first of all, you would run a 2-week maintenance phase. I call this priming, and this is setting ourselves up for success with elite level results. Right now, if everything's a little bit like this, when you try and go into a diet phase, it makes it very difficult to get a response because your energy and your performance and your recovery is a bit all over the spot and you're coming from an unstable position. So I would simply just jump in, okay? I'm going to teach you how to do this shortly, but I would jump into a calculator, find your maintenance, and I'm going to show you how to set up the macros. You're then going to go into a diet phase where the goal is to lose the body fat and build tissue simultaneously. You have to strip all the body fat off first before you go into and prioritize a lean gaining phase, because you won't get any results in a lean gaining phase without pulling off the body fat first, because we have to increase insulin sensitivity, improve our ability to partition nutrients, and we want to look fucking good, because a fat cunt who can't even barely see the dick and doesn't have any abs or a fucking bicep vein is not going to get a fucking woman. They're not going to build a business. They're not going to attract the right lads around them. They're not going to have the mindset. They're not going to have the self-confidence. You've got to lose the body fat for the business and for your physique to go through the next phases. So we want to be looking at losing 0.5 to 1.5% of scale weight per week on average until we get to the point of 8 to 10% body fat. Now in this video, I'm not going to tell you exactly how long you should be dieting for, but if you're coming at that rate of loss every single week, keep doing that until you are 8 to 10% body fat, nice and simple. Once you have achieved that, I would start a reverse diet phase, which is 2 to 4 weeks, and you want to be adding 50 to 75 grams of carbs, keep protein and fats exactly the same, and start pushing those up until you find your maintenance calories, i.e. until your scale weight now starts staying the same. You've increased intramuscular fullness, you've got that density, you've got that vascularity, and you're just looking wham as fuck. Now, you could stay at maintenance, or you could then go into a lean gaining phase where you'd be looking at gaining 0.25 to 0.5% scale gain per week. And ideally this would be a 16 to 24 weeks, so 4 to 6 month period of time. And you would be doing this from a roughly 8% body fat to 14% body fat. Now the majority of you watching this video are probably higher than 14% body fat right now, and you're wanting to go into a gaining phase. I would never take a client above 13-14% at the top of a lean gain phase, because we start from such a solid position and most of your muscle tissue is all going to be built within that window. That's where your body is the most responsive, and you don't want to go into a lean gaining phase to get fat, to become ugly, to get no women, to get no lads to respect you, to have brain fog, to not be able to operate a business, to look in the mirror and fucking hate yourself. That is not what building a physique is about. Right? So I'm going to show you how to do phase 1 and then how to transition into the diet phase. So for the priming phase, for the first bit, what you want to do is you want to go on TDEE calculator and just find your maintenance calories. So from your height, from your weight, from your age, from your approx body fat, just find an approx maintenance. This, you know, they're not that accurate, but it's going to get you a good window for where you are, and it's close enough. From here, ignore the macros these calculators give you. They are complete bollocks. And go for 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body mass. The reason I put 0.8 to 1 is if you've got quite high body fat, i.e. above 18% body fat, I would go closer to the 0.8 window, just because we don't need to be fueling protein to fat cells. If you're pretty lean already and you're like 16% or lower, I would go 0.9 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body mass, because that's what you need for the protein is required for the muscle cells. The fats, 1 gram of fat per pound of body mass. Okay, so let's say someone is 200 pounds, which for the sake, I don't know it off the top of my head, let's say it's 90 kg. They would have 200 pounds of protein and 90 grams of fats. The rest of the calories to make up the gap from the calories from the protein and fats is going to be the carbohydrates to take them up to the maintenance. That's how you're going to work that out. Now, the diet phase, all you're going to do is you are going to keep your protein the same from that priming phase when you transition into it, and you're simply just going to make pulls from fats or carbohydrates and increase expenditure or cardio, or a combination of all of them, to start and create a deficit of around 500 calories to start the process. From there, you're just going to keep making food digs as and when necessary, squeeze everything out the lemon. When progress slows down, make another amendment, and so on through the entire process. Now, areas of study. This is more on the basically just becoming the guy, like the areas you actually need to learn as much as possible about. I think a lot of people go off into generalized areas and they're watching all these videos on YouTube or whatever, or watching people on Instagram, but they're getting no closer to where they want to go because they're just watching shit that's like, oh, they're watching drop shipping one day, they're watching how to make SMMA the other day, they're watching something about, you know, how to do carnivore diet one day, then they're all sorts of random bullshit. You need to hyper focus into these areas which are simply just always going to optimize for growth with you. Because at the end of the day, your body, your mind is the only vehicle you have to create success. And you are the only person that has the power to build that and create the version of you that you need. So you need to be focusing on all your education should simply go into just these areas: mindset, training, nutrition, how to manage your lifestyle, high performance, so how to operate and cognitively at the highest level, principles and foundations of business, just understanding how to excel in your career, and then niche career topics. So these are specific to your industry. So it may be how to become better as a construction site owner. It may be how to get better as a physique coach. If you're a physique coach, it may be how to get better results with your SMMA clients. Whatever business you're in, just the niche things in the industry you are looking to pursue. But the top ones, the top 6, are going to be exactly the same and have the biggest leverage on everybody, and they're going to be the same for every single one of you watching this video. These are the exact areas of study that we cover inside our university for this exact reason, because we are here to just absolutely dominate who we are as a person. It's all about creating who you need to become and leveling up your mindset, leveling up your physique with your training, with your nutrition, with how you manage your lifestyle, phase by phase, understanding the concepts, the frameworks of absolutely everything, understanding the principles of business, how to create a life of freedom, understanding how to operate and focus at the highest level like the guy you need to be to get where you want to go. The niche career topics we do not include in there for one sole reason: we don't cover every niche, because I'm not every niche. We are personal development. We build you into the guy you need to become. Areas of niche is going to be specific for every single one of you in whatever industry you're in. But you as an asset, the mind, the body, the person who can achieve it, we cover absolutely everything in there. It's all about building that vehicle. Taking action, okay? So what you need to do is, I hope right now you're not fucking jacking off at this screen right now, watching me on YouTube going, oh yeah, this is so amazing. This is going to be my year. I'm watching this video. I'm so motivated right now, and I'm just going to keep wanking off. And you probably spunk on your screen, and then after you've fucking done that, you lose your motivation. You actually do fuck all about it. I don't want that to happen, lads. One, because I don't like the thought of what you're doing, but two, I know people do this metaphorically, and they watch all this educational content, all this value being given out by myself or maybe by others within like the niche business stuff that you might be working on, and they do fuck all about it. And guess what? You can take in everything in the world. I've been guilty of this years ago, and you get absolutely fucking nowhere because you sat there watching, doing fuck all. That is why I showed you how to set up your calendar. Yes, there is time for study, but there is a lot of time for application. Time for application on the training, time for application on eating your meals, preparing your meals, working on the side hustle. If you're not doing this, study alone will not move you forward any day of the week. So set your calendar up, optimize for growth, optimize for who you need to become in all areas, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. You're not going to build yourself into the guy just working on one thing, just working on just your macros, or just working on just the niche of your business. You've got to create this big asset. So get yourself in the gym, train like a machine, prepare your meals to your macros and execute them every day. When you're not following your meal plan, if you're away or it's a weekend, still hit your calories and macros, but just have a bit more balance. This is lifestyle management. I travel a fucking lot, but I still do not miss any of these things. I'm still growth focused and becoming better every single day. Give yourself pain daily. Short-term pain equals long-term gain. If you are chasing the short-term gratification every single day, you are gonna go fucking nowhere. You have to put yourself through pain. Every time, your baseline right now is here. Every time you put yourself in pain and it's like, I don't wanna smash this set on legs. I don't wanna do this study. It's hard getting up early. Every time you do that and you actually do it, your baseline raises, and that's how we create mass amounts of energy. That's how I'm creating this video now. First thing in the morning, I've been up since 3:30, put all of this together, also serviced at least 25 of our clients. Is because I'm always going through pain and building myself up, building my energy. Every time you don't do something you say you're going to do, which I know you've done a lot of so far, everybody is guilty of it, you are putting a chink in your armor. Every time you say you're going to get up early, every time you say you're going to hit your macros, you're going to make it happen. You're going to start earning some money with your career. You're going to build this physique that you know you could have. And then you go, oh no, actually I don't really want it. It's not for me. When you do want it, you're just being a pussy and you're not taking action. You chink your armor and your baseline drops because you go for short-term gratification of comfort of not doing shit or taking the easy option. And because you get that short-term win, your baseline drops and you feel more depressed and more shit, lack confidence, do worse with your career, you get a worse physique, you get less women around you, you get less good men around you, and you go into a vicious spiral. Quit the vices, quit all the stupid shit, the booze, the drugs, the fucking wanking off, all this shit, you need to quit it. And every time you find your mind running off to do these things, catch yourself and just say no, and own the trait that you don't do that. I don't do this, I don't drink, I don't do drugs, all this stupid shit which is holding you back. Because it's all good taking the action, but if you're also taking mass amounts of action which is sending you in the wrong direction, you're not going to go anywhere. Because 1 + 1 = 2, but 1 - 1 also equals 0, guys. So really deep that. Spend the time to study in your calendar, studying how to become better, how to level up the physique, who you are, your mindset, your lifestyle, who to become who you need to be. Also the industry areas like we've talked about. And yes, start working on the physique, start working on the side hustle today, because successful people move with urgency. I'm telling you now, every single area of my business, when we've launched a new product, we've launched a new service, as soon as I've had the idea, I have launched it and started working on it that day and made it official that day. Everybody I know who has a goal and they say that is a goal I want to achieve starts that day. All you're doing is pushing it back if you don't do that, lads. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about quickly is the power of focus. All right, so here we've got the fucking ripped, jacked guy living the lifestyle, which is where everybody wants to be. And this is going to be different for everybody. You know, some people it's the cars, some people it's the property, some people it's all of it, some people it's the travel, some people it's the family. It doesn't matter, but this elite lifestyle you want to create, we need to be hyper focused on this. So all of our focus needs to be in this one straight line. All of these lines add up to the same length. So we've all got 100% of energy. And if that 100% all goes down this straight line to becoming who we need to become, so we are this guy that has everything we want, you will get that. Working on the training, the physique, the nutrition, the mindset, the self-development, the lifestyle management, working on high performance, how to focus, how to build and scale in your career. That's where everything needs to go. If you're wasting time here, spending time around fucking idiots, doing stupid party shit, spending time driving around late night in cars or meeting fucking birds that you wouldn't want to fucking be with in 5 years' time if you were that guy, stop wasting your fucking time, because all you're doing is getting further away from that end goal, right? Guys, let's fucking make sure we get this year, because I don't want to see lads again, because I get messages all the time. Oh, Tom, I'm really struggling and down and depressed. I've just kind of I wanted to do it for such a long time, but don't make it happen. I don't want these messages next year, lads. I want messages from you guys saying, Tom, I've watched all your stuff. You may have even been a part of our VIP coaching, or you may have been in our university. You said, Tom, I've listened to everything you've said, and it's fucking, we've done it and made it happen. And it's so fulfilling. That's what I want to be hearing. I want to be hearing more stuff like one of my clients I heard on a call with me last night, who was like, oh, Tom, I'm actually moving to Thailand. I know we started working on the physique. We've built me up. We worked on the mindset, started the business, and now I'm actually living in Thailand. And he started out in a laboring job that he fucking hated, and now he's actually made it happen, which was literally the same as what I did. That's what's so fulfilling about it, because I've got the frameworks, we have the frameworks that work, not just for me, but for everybody else. But I can give everybody all the information in the world, but you've still got to go and take action on it. So let's make sure you go get it. If you want to go into this on a 1,000,000x point of view, the best place to check out right now is a link below this video, and you can actually check out our university where we teach you everything on how to build an elite level physique using our frameworks. We do it with you, a full course, 200 plus videos on everything: training, nutrition, high performance, all your macros, phase by phase, training programs, also everything you need to create a life of freedom, mindset, everything we cover in there. Or we've got our VIP coaching where you can work with us on a one-to-one basis. So it depends if you want a done-for-you approach or do it with us. Either way, you're going to be in a community of lads who are all on the fucking same mission, all with the frameworks, who are all going to make it actually happen this year. So just think about it, lads. Do you want to get to 2025 and go, yeah, that's another chink in the arm, that's another year I've not done it? Or do you want to be with me and my lads who are fucking killing it and do make it happen, and we're just fucking watching everyone else not do it? All right, think about who you want to be, lads. Let's fucking go. I'll see you in the next one.